There was a lot, a whole lot riding on this trip to Monterey. And Peter and I both knew that. We both felt that. And the vacation almost did not happen. And I just remember that argument about and that fight that turned into, that's bled into the next morning. That was literally the weekend. If not, I literally think it was the weekend before we were supposed to go. If not 2 weekends before, but I think it was the weekend before. Peter and I have acknowledged multiple times that dating in a city is hard. And we had discussed saving up money to buy a property together, potentially get out of the city, and then begin building a life together. Just us. Peter felt that that would be good for his mental and emotional health. He had mentioned many times how sick he was of serving, and he had talked about getting into real estate. Getting into real estate became, with all due respect, kind of a running joke. I took him seriously at first, and so my thought was, okay, cool, you can get your real estate license, and then we can start saving up money because two people can save up quicker than just one person. And we can put a down payment, get a deposit together for a property, and then boom, you'll have the license. We can start building our empire, right? I should have known better when he literally told me when I'm trying to plan a budget that his finances are none of my business. Again, yes, this is a person who I thought I'd get married to, and that who I was now departing on a weekend getaway, if you will, on the central coast of California. So, I'll be honest, things got better almost instantly. The minute we left San Francisco, I rented a car, and we stopped at the outlets first, so we got to do some shopping. We got a really nice hotel, and we ate at did just it was like a couple's getaway. We ate at some nice restaurants, explored all the touristy spots, and just had a good time overall. Some of the things that I remember was that this was the first time that Peter kind of opened up about his ex. So I used the opportunity to ask a couple questions. And it turns out that we're the same height. Go figure. The other thing that I had not realized until this point was that Peter and his ex were the exact same age. Like I said, Peter and I are a few years apart. I thought that the first Eric was older. I thought he was either closer to my age or anyway. When I mentioned that, Peter said that, oh, that wasn't surprising because there was the big brother dynamic. But just remember that. Remember that little bit of information. The second to last night that we were there, we decided to go back to our hotel room and kind of just order in. I remember trying to put the feels on Peter, and he slapped my hand away. And I remember waking up, and then the next day, not even wanting to try again because I just felt like my heart just dropped that he wouldn't return my advances. And then I remember it got to be the morning of checkout. And I'm an early riser, so I'm usually up pretty early. And for sure, I always get up before Peter because he gets up later because he goes to work at noon. He gets to anyway. Um, I just remember having this moment thinking to myself, like, wow, did we seriously just stay in this nice hotel? We took this whole getaway. And again, I hate to be this explicit, but it is what it is. And like, we're not gonna have sex. I remember thinking to myself, like, if that's not the sign of a toxic relationship, I don't know what it is. I remember thinking to myself. I already told y'all. I'll keep saying it if you want, but I already told y'all what was keeping me there, right? And I don't know. I guess I probably already said this too, but the fights that we would have, I wasn't like keeping track. I wasn't keeping score. I was kind of treating it as like when we would argue, I would see it as a way to improve. And I also had a more long-term goal growing up. I mean, I saw my parents fight, as everyone does, and marriage is not always it's not always 50-50. Sometimes it's 20-80. It's not, I've always had that concept and that idea. And I really feel like Peter, again, he was keeping score. He was keeping track. And in his mind, he was seeing how he could get to me and how he could really get me to react. So the next morning, I remember we're like getting ready to check out, and I'm just upset. I'm upset. I'm checking out. I'm just being quiet. Peter comes over and like tries to like sit in my lap, tries to like be cute, and he's like, "Is it too late? Like, what did he say exactly?" He's like, "Did I miss out?" And I just remember bursting into tears. I was like, I know that I don't know, I know I've gained weight lately. Like, I know that like sometimes I have like weird body issues, but like, if you're not attracted to me, like, just I just, that's how am I supposed to feel when you like deny me, like you will not show me any affection whatsoever. And the thing is that like he said this and many other times, like he sat there, he's like, I know the problem is me. He said, the last thing I want you to do is make you feel bad. And he said, of course I'm attracted to you. I wouldn't be with you if that wasn't the case. And we had relations before we checked out, fucking hour before. Yay. So I don't know, I guess I made my peace with it. We got a nice breakfast and then went back to San Francisco. Oh, I remember. It was Trans Day of Remembrance, and there was a vigil that evening, and I had was jumping from that immediately into the vigil. That's what was going on. But anyway, that was our trip to Monterey. I'll be honest, like I really thought it went well, and I thought that we had reached a breakthrough kind of with that conversation. Evidently that was not the case, as you'll come to see soon enough.